saying they didn't know you was chill like that. They thought you was just this fucking, some people, they thought you was corny, maybe you're spiritual, and they thought it was this trend, and like you were just behind the times, or you weren't actually spiritual, it was a facade. But then they realized, okay, maybe they actually are spiritual, but they didn't realize that there was more depth to your character than just being spiritual. You have a lot of people that are like kind of scratching their heads behind the scenes, because the talk about you, if you're seeing this video, is, I'm not necessarily picking up on bad things. There's people who say bad things, but it was mostly just, oh, that you thought you was this spiritual guru, and you thought you were the wisest, you were the most tapped in person. When I'm getting that, that you're tapped in, but you don't walk around thinking that you know everything, because first and foremost, that's not possible. And secondly, you are the teacher and the student at the same time. That's what being chosen is. It's knowing that as you learn and progress and grow throughout life, there's still going to be things that life itself teaches you, and that's the only way that you're able to convey those messages to people and put them on game, and help be, carry that baton, carry that torch, and be that guiding light for people. It's because you go through a lot and you overcome a lot and you get through it. But people are not only noticing that. What I'm picking up for this collective that's seen this video, people are seeing that you actually have a personality. You actually are talented. You're more than just a messenger. You're a real person. And it's a lot of people are appreciating it, and it's going to be what sort of propels you into the next phase of your character development, or your arc, or however you want to put it, is just being more yourself than having to perfectly portray this niche sort of identity, when you exist outside of that. You are far broader than just this guru, or however people have fixated and perfectly constructed this identity and this idea of who you are, and sort of put you on a pedestal to where you're this perfect example. Really, you're just a dude. Really, you're just a girl. You're whatever, however you identify, whatever you are, whoever's seen this, there's more to you. Like, people are somewhat triggered in a way. There's some people who are triggered by the fact that you're showing more of your personality, that you're showing more of your playful side, your playful energies coming out, your humor. A lot of people, they appreciate it. Like I said, it's most, but there's also a good amount of people who are kind of taken aback by this, and they're like, no, no, you're supposed to be this guy. You're supposed to, and it's because people have subconsciously put you in a box. People have subconsciously put you in a box. They thought you were one way, and you were going to be one way forever, and that was just going to be your whole thing. That was going to be your whole shtick. This is, there was no more breaking outside of those barriers, and how people have sort of put you, backed you up into a corner and said, this is who you are, this is who we need you to be. Stay in that lane, when you can switch lanes. You're in your own lane, but you're somebody, you have different sides to you. There's different things that you can delve into and be successful at, and not just have to do this one thing and be this specific way, and just come on here and convey the same messages over and over, and talk about destiny swapping and manipulative narcissists, and all those things are important to talk about and spread awareness about, but people thought that you were just going to be that for forever. When God has called you to be much bigger than that, to, like I said, you're much broader energy, to just convey one part of your personality online, when your character is, it can't be, like I said, put into a box. It can't be contained. So there's a lot of people, there's a lot of talk behind the scenes now. Like I said, on one hand, a lot of people are surprised that there's this side of you, where you're more comfortable to crack jokes and have a good time, and just, you know, not be so serious, to be maybe a little bit immature, not in a way to where it's like this dude or this girl needs help, this dude is there just because people already know that you're smart, people already know that you're wise, people already know that you are intelligent. It's just that nobody has ever really seen that other side of you. Nobody had really ever seen the other side of you except for the people closest to you, who knew that this version of you exists, and that's the most authentic version of you that there was. But you felt like, okay, I can't, people are going to look at me a certain way, and there was truth to that. There was truth, and that's kind of what this message is about. You need to continue to push forward, continue to be a little bit more uncomfortable in the way that you express yourself publicly, so that you can become more comfortable being authentic and embodying that authenticity in a public space, putting yourself out there and not feeling like, okay, this needs to be this perfectly constructed message that people they have to take it serious. Like, I've gotten comments on a few of my videos where I'm just being stupid, and people are like, I really appreciate your videos, but I can't take you serious. And it's like, that you weren't supposed to take this serious. You weren't supposed to take that serious. It was a fucking joke, you know? So like I said, there's some people who are they're like, oh shit, this motherfucker's even more chill than I thought they were. This motherfucker is even, I fuck with them even more. And then there's other people on the other hand who I don't know if they get offended easily, or if they have no personality, if their sense of humor just completely sucks. I don't know. And I'm not trying to call anybody out or be a dick.